So we on the way to Chi-Town, Chicago. And I want the cheesecake. That's all I want is cheesecake. I don't want pies, I don't want cookies, I don't want muffins, I want cheesecake. And I heard you wanted the culinary capitals of America. As you see here, we're driving into earliness. Right now it's 9 o'clock. It looks like it's 8 because in any second, it's about to be 8 o'clock. We're basically saving an hour. Chicago, I hope you're ready for me. But right now we in Indiana, Gary to be exact. The home of Michael Jackson, the king of pop. The king of cheesecakes is driving through the home of the king of pop of Chicago 28 miles. All right, well, guess we in here. Gary, Klein Avenue. We are getting close. And we're going to show up there. I know the hour change kind of threw me off a little bit because right now it's supposed to be 11:21, but it's 10:21. Tomorrow's going to be a whole nother day. We're going to hit up a bunch of cheesecake spots throughout the Chicago area. We're going to go to Milwaukee. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. This is like the 50th toll I paid. I never paid this much tolls in any type of highway in the United States. All right here, baby. Chicago. Damn it, is that another toll? It's insane. When I travel, I like to live like the locals, and this Airbnb that came out that now exists helps me with that experience. I knew this is a small space, right? It didn't look too big. I'm not gonna be here anyway. I'm in the streets all day, but I didn't know the bathroom was this small. Look at this. This is the world's smallest Ripley's, believe it or not, Guinness Book Record bathroom. When I was taking a shower here last night, I feel like I couldn't move. I was like this. And I had like turned my body around like that. Like a rotisserie chicken when I'm taking a shower. And this toilet is very interesting. It's so, like, look at the wall right there. When I gotta take a dump, I basically gotta sit down and face the wall like this. Like, this is a life-reflecting moment. Just looking at the wall, looking at my reflection, just looking face to face with myself while I'm taking a dump. Like, you can't even read a newspaper. There's not even no space, no newspaper. You need to have like a newspaper stand or something around here. This is insane. Like, and then your legs, you have to split like this when I take it. So now when I take a dump, I have to do like a little yoga pose. And I go like this and I'm facing the wall. Very uncomfortable. We're on the cultural center of Chicago. Very artistic over here. I like art. Art is a language, and this is what I express in the cheesecakes all the time. So I'm just looking over here at the history and everything. It's very cultural up here, very diverse, and I'm very dedicated. But right now I'm getting a little hungry. Let's go to Ellie's Cheesecakes, the best of the best supposedly. I already got 3 people that said this, so let's do it. I'm eager to see what's up. Chicago, I'm coming. So my health inspector would be proud if she knows I wash my hands like this, which I do, by the way. I'm pulling up to the Chicagoans' favorite, Ellie's Cheesecake. Cafe retail store. They even got a factory over there too. That thing is huge. They got a pavilion in the front and they got like no parking space. This is great. Ellie's, here I come. Ellie's Cheesecake, right here, baby. Ellie's Cheesecake World. Look at that, it looks nice. They got a fast cheesecake too. Flourless, I guess it's gluten-free. And they got cheesecake bites. Oh, cutties. Cuties. How you doing? Doing great. So I heard a lot about the cheesecake. I heard it's the best in the universe, and it's definitely the voice of Chicago when it comes to cheesecakes.
Yeah.
So I'm promoting y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Promoting y'all, you know, but I love cheesecakes. I make cheesecakes myself. Yeah, I travel all around the country and I like to try different cheesecakes. So you gotta start off with a plan. It's just like a cheese pizza. If you can't make a cheese pizza, you can make anything else. So I need a slice of plain cheesecake. So, ladies and gentlemen, we in Ellie's, world's famous. They got a big factory behind us. They probably make 10,000 cheesecakes a day, maybe more. And what's also another top seller you have besides the plain? All right, so we're getting a plain James and we're getting a brown cow. Let's do it. So Ellie's just bombarded us with cheesecakes, which is a blessing. We bought 2 slices. We got a plain, and then we had the, I forgot what this is called.
Brown cow.
Brown cow. There you go. We got chocolate mousse flavor. Got some regular ones, some chocolate chips. They're interesting. And then she blessed us with this too. So shout out to Ellie's for looking out, but I'm definitely not gonna get as much cheesecake. But this is a key lime. This is a white chocolate raspberry. And it got Oreo crust. Now, what I like this off the top is that the plain got color. I love color because color shows a caramelization a little bit. I don't see no crust in the back of it like the other ones. Well, I could tell it's really tough. But anyways, let's get to it. Plain James cheesecake. Well, Ellie's plain cheesecake. Okay, creamy. One more time. The texture is kind of like something's holding it together. It's kind of jelly a little bit, but also creamy at the same time. Kind of reminds me of the cheesecake I had in Pristine's in Cleveland. But it's got more of an afterkick. Got more of like a vanilla taste. And something else to it. Like make it taste like a little bit like a cake frosting taste. It's like nothing that wows, but it's still, it's good. It's not bad cheesecake. I could dig it, you know, but it tastes like Pristine's. It's kind of light too. It's nothing that really powers. But it does its job, you know what I'm saying? Now, the brown cow. So they made the crust of brownie, very thin. This is cool, but the chocolate got like a pudding type of texture to it. It's alright. I mean, it just tastes like something that I could get in Publix a little bit. But it got a little more style to it. This is the key lime. The key lime actually don't taste bad. The key lime itself, it tastes like not the freshest key lime in the world, like some Get By key lime they put on the plain cheesecake. This right here, white chocolate raspberry. This side, but I'm not a fan of it. Ellie's. So I had the plain. It tasted very sour creamy. And it was alright. It was cool. Then I had the chocolate mousse one. The chocolate kind of overwhelmed the flavor of the cheesecake and even the frosting itself. It was very chocolate fudgy. The key lime one, though, I would say is my favorite one because it could taste a nice blend of the key lime topping and the cheesecake in the bottom. And once again, I get this place like a 6.7. So it's still a good place. I would say compared to Junior's is probably a little better. Wisconsin, what's up? I heard you to land the cheese, but I want to know if you to land the cheesecake. And Cheesecake Chino is right here crossing well, I crossed the border like half an hour ago from Illinois. But now we heading to a bakery well known over here. It's called Simas. Simas. Who got the keys to my Bima? Where you at? Where you at? Okay. Sim Simas. Who got the keys to my Beamer? Oh, we got part right here. Be right there.
Square next to it. The traditional recipe square is the same thing without the cake at the bottom, so it's good.
Oh, so let's get a slice of the cheesecake. That's your top seller?
Yeah, it's the top one.
Oh my god.
Good. I like to try different cheesecakes across the country. So.
Look at your shirt.
Yeah.
You were like, born to come here.
Yeah, no, I make cheesecakes. I eat cheesecakes. Everything all in that world that's what I'm about. So that's why I'm in the town. I said I might as well try the best.
Oh, this is so good. Yeah, I mean, I'm buying it right now.
So I can't wait. Thank you.
Enjoy.
I appreciate it.
I make a pretty good cheesecake.
Oh, yeah. Might see you soon. Next time I come out, that's try yours. All right, we got Sim Simas. I like the way they got the logo on the cheesecake, got the S. And this is the classic top seller. They don't really have any other flavors with this. They got a couple, but this is it. This is what people come to get. People really nice. As you heard, I was conversating with one of the locals out there. Now I know to get some brats and fish fry because it's Friday. Love the presentation. It's very clean. Oh. Real chocolate, not chocolate pudding. The bottom is a chocolate cake. Nice and spongy. The raspberry. And the cake is moist too. Raspberry tastes hot. But let's look at the main event. Laying the cheese. It snapped off, it didn't sink in. Don't mean that texture ain't good though. Let's see. Alright. Full bite, full effect. Crust, body, topping, raspberry. We have the silky smooth of the topping. So you got silky smooth, you got grittiness, and you got sponginess. So when you're having one bite like this, you gotta eat the cheesecake like this. So you just can't have the cheesecake, you just can't have the crust, you just can't have the topping. You gotta have it like this. And then the textures make sense in your mouth. And it's like the icing on top hugs everything together. And it helps it easy to dissolve and then go down. So this is actually a decent cheesecake. I prefer this more than Ellie's. No offense to the Chicagoans. Y'all great. It tastes like a soft fondant with like a 1% berry hint of flavor. So it's really presentation, but it looks good. Everything is good. Presentation, the way they package it, I'm not mad at all. This is pretty good. I must say it was definitely worth the drive to have the cheesecake. Simas, you got my respect. I like this. I would expect no less from a place that's the land of cheese. Do they need cheesecake chinos? Milwaukee still needs cheesecake chinos. All right, we're gonna have to reevaluate that because I just kept digging my fork through the slice, and you gotta have every layer from the crust to the cheesecake to the chocolate ganache on top, and even a little bit of the raspberry all in one bite. All that makes sense. I have to boost it back to I have to boost it up to 7.5, not a 7. Look at these buildings. They look so medieval. Milwaukee, I think, has a lot of different type of influence, but one of them is European. So I noticed they got some German, they got Polish, they got all types of these European culture to it. That's why they got brats, which I got a bag of brats. I'm about to get some fish fry because it's a Friday. Fish fry Friday, I gotta represent. And then we went to a place, well, that's the brats. We also got some Carsons. All right, so right now we are still in downtown Milwaukee. We got some fish fry from Old Lydia's, left on Canal. Okay, cool. Right now I'm in a hurry because there's another bakery here called Aggie's that they were telling me that was excellent, that there's no place like it. They only get this stuff from them. I gotta try it because I was happy with Sima, so I don't think that it's fair that I only tried one spot from Milwaukee. But the problem is that there's a place in Chicago called Schweetz that I want to try. And they close at 6:30. So I'm going to get to this place at 4:17. I think Chicago is an hour and a half away. So if I don't get there on time, I'm going to be hit, you know? Yeah, world famous Aggies. Let's do it. All right, we're here at Aggie's Bakery. This is what everybody was talking about, the fish fry spot. Look at all the type of cheesecakes they got. They got red velvet, chocolate, raspberry, turtle, cherry. But I got the plain because you just can't go wrong with the plain. Come on, Wisconsin, let's do it. Land of the cheese. Are we live? Are we live? Aggie's Bakery, Milwaukee. Let's start with the cream. Let's start with the whipped cream. Whipped cream's okay. Let's try the cheesecake itself. I can see this is a little more firm than Seema's. And this is straight plain. Seema's had like chocolate and some other stuff in it. You have to push a little heavy on the fork, but when it's in your, what's on the tongue, it blends right in. Whipped cream's okay. There's not much of a crust, so this is like pure cheesecake. But this right here has more of a citric touch, a little touch of saltiness too. It's a little light on the aftertaste. You don't have much of an aftertaste, you just have a at moment taste. All right, so I had to finish that piece of cheesecake from Aggie's Bakery, and I must say that it's just 1% better than Seema's. But Seema's is great. I love the mixture of the crust, the topping, and the cheesecake itself. But due to the fact this was all creamy around, it didn't have no grittiness. Even though the grittiness went well with the other one, I just feel like this had like a touch of citrus to it and a sweetness, so that blended in well. And it was a plain cheesecake. So I'm basing it on, imagine if I got a plain Seema's, like nothing on it. All this was a whole bunch of cheesecake, dollop of whipped cream. I wasn't a fan of whipped cream, but it's all good. That didn't knock down nothing. So had that, and it had a very thin crust. Like it only has like crumbs in the crust. They probably put like a half a teaspoon of crust on the bottom of that giant muffin of cheesecake. But it was good. It went well, and I'm really content with it. So I'm happy with my stay here in Milwaukee. I'm about to speed back to Chicago because I make it to Schweetz before 6:30. So stay tuned. Milwaukee, you've been great. I enjoy everything from the brats to the fish fries or even the cheesecakes. You know, only right that I had 2 spots instead of 1. Even the cheese curds that I got in the bag right now, I'm going to turn it up later. It's really good. When I taste it, it's like fresh cheese. Like it just milked the cow an hour ago and just made the cheese. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I'll be back sometime. Thank you. Yes, good evening. I believe I talked to you about like an hour ago about seeing if it was going to be at 5 minutes after close, because I really want to try the cheesecake. Was it the same person? Oh, okay. Yeah, may I please speak to her? You got a chance? Alright, no problem. Yes, hi. I believe I spoke to you a little while ago about trying to make it there on time, and I don't think I'll be able to make it. Well, I got an idea, because see, I'm not even from this area, and I like to try different cheesecakes. And right now, Chicago, what I think of Chicago right now is Ellie's Cheesecake. Just a slice of plain, just a slice, just to try it. Yeah. So here driving to Chicago, back in Illinois, back to 90 miles per hour, because if you're not driving 90 miles per hour, these people will get pissed. I done seen somebody drove on the grass on the side of the highway. Look, this person's passing me right now. Where are you gonna go? It's blocking. All 3 cars are blocked right now. All 3 lanes are filled with cars. Where are you gonna go? Probably the grass like the other person did. But I called the cheesecake spot. The lady was very kind enough to help think of a solution. I told her, I said, look, I'll pay you on the phone right now, and you can just leave the cheesecake in the back of the building and I'll go get it. And if somebody snatches it, that's on me. I'll charge it to the game. But I just want to try my hand, because I had Ellie's And no disrespect to Ellie's, but I don't feel like that can't be the representation, this so-called Chicago cheesecake. It can't. And I even told her that too. And she's like, oh, baby, you got the right place. I'm like, yeah? It's called Sweets. So let's see how sweet it is. And she's going to actually deliver. Or she's going to pay somebody to deliver. I pay the delivery fee, and I'm not that far away from her. So that's how we are doing it. The solution, stay tuned. This is the drastic measures I'm taking to get the Sweets cheesecake. And I ordered the plain James because should have got the top, so should have got 2 just for doing that. But still, I got so much cheesecake. I got a bag full of Ellie's cheesecake. I ate all the Simbas, and then I still have Aggie's Bakery, which I'm gonna say is I actually enjoyed this. Simbas too. I killed the whole slice. Everybody is doing it. Nobody cares. Can I do it too? Damn, nobody even let me do it. Okay, this guy in front of me doing it as well. All right, go. I'll be right there with you. Boom. Let's go. We all get tickets. We all going there. Hoping that the delivery made it through and that the cheesecake is waiting patiently for me right at the door. And I see people parked where I was parked. So I don't even know where I'm going to park. But the cheesecake should be hanging off the door. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. That's what's up. Sweet. I like the way that they package it for Tampa safe, because now whatever happens, they're not liable for it. Because if this is ripped any type of way, it means that they didn't do nothing to it. Shout out to Sweet for the professionalism. Let's get to it. Big mini. This is Chicago'd out because it said homemade Chicago cheesecake. Chicago, Illinois. Sweet! Let's see how sweet it is. I see it comes in this container. It's the first time I've seen it in this type of container. I don't know if it has a crust. Let's see if it has a crust. It seems kind of creamy. Very little bit of crust. Let me try the crust first. Crust is very, very thin and it's crummy. So I'm not even gonna judge on anything. But I know based off digging my fork through it, it's very fluffy. It's just probably the silkiest, smoothest cheesecake I had between Chicago and Milwaukee. Maybe because it's been sitting out for 30 minutes. Because we had the DoorDash, like I told you, the place was nice enough to set up a DoorDash delivery to my Airbnb that was saying that, so I could try the cheesecake. So let's go, toast. What I did right, I felt like a little clump. So the second time I did it, I looked and I seen just a little bit of cream cheese. Didn't seem like it was incorporated as much. The crust, it has a graham cracker crust, but they don't just put brown sugar. They gotta be putting something out, so it tastes very, it don't taste ordinary, even though it's just a graham cracker crust. It blends in real well with the cheesecake. Definitely brings cheesecake to life. You gotta have the cheesecake and the crust together, all in one bite. I got a good amount of sweetness. The aftertaste doesn't last as long, but it lasts. It lasts longer than Ellie's. If I had to choose between Ellie's and Sweets, I'm picking Sweets. So Ellie's I give like a 6.5. Seema's, when I think about the taste that I had, I'll give that a 7.5. Now, Aggie's, when I had that, I could say that was a little bit better than Seema, not by much. It was really going toe to toe, so I'll give that a 7.7. This right here is a strong 8. Is the reason why I can say Chicago has slightly better cheesesteak than Milwaukee. But not by much, because I enjoyed the one for Seema's, but I enjoy this a lot. This is very flavorful. The only thing that I would change is the little clumps of cream cheese or ricotta cheese or whatever's in here that I kind of encounter from bite here to there. So shout outs to Sweets. You definitely got the highest rating, and it's a good taste. And I really enjoy the graham cracker crust. It looks simple, but it's really flavorful as well. Do some sit-ups. They're killing me. Stay tuned. Chi-Town has been great. Now it's time to burn all of these calories at LA Fitness because you got me fat. All this deep dish and cheesecakes. I'm gonna conclude this video by telling you, Chicago needs me. Milwaukee needs me. So that's the final verdict. Milwaukee needs cheesecake chinos. Chicago needs cheesecake chinos. I'm not taking from anybody that's already doing something, but I'm just saying what it is. Good cheesecake, and I'm kind of actually a little tired of eating cheesecake. I had to take a little break because I feel like I'm cheesecaked out right now. And also, I feel like I'm eating cheesecakes that are either good or they're aight, or they're good or they're aight. You know, I haven't had one that truly wowed me to a whole nother level. But I had decent stuff, and I appreciate the craft and the talent everybody put in the product. Because at the end of the day, all these cheesecakes were made with love. So Chicago, till next time. Now I'm gonna get on the left lane so I could do 100 miles per hour just like everybody else. And stay tuned. Cheesecake.